So this is something that I say sometimes in treatments. It's treat yourself as if you were your best friend. Would you speak to yourself? Would you speak to your best friend in the same way you speak to yourself? Oh, that was terrible. You could do better. And you wouldn't say that to your best friend. You'd find a kind of way of suggesting commitment or follow through or rest. So it doesn't really matter, but just go inward. This is not the blame game, it's just to find where it's coming from. Whose storyline are you following? Were you chastised? Were you criticized as a child? And no blame, just who was that person placing down those codes in you, and who are you emulating? Even if you don't know, just allow it to arise. So the absolute statement would be, for example, you did something, you said, that was bad. And a more positive statement in inner dialogue could be, I could have done better. Next time I'll put that into practice. And because your cells, your whole being listens all the time, when you speak to yourself, even the belief you have about yourself is active. It's the glue that holds your identity together. Okay. So go deep within the cells and see what it feels like when you ask your cells to show you what it looks like when you criticize yourself, when you speak to yourself negatively, or you push yourself, or you make yourself do something that you don't really want to. Just no judgment, just feel into it. And imagine following a thread backwards. It might have loads of turns and ins and outs. And just follow it backwards and ask your consciousness to find the very beginning, whether that's in this lifetime or another. when you follow this thread backwards, imagine letting go from recent to the very beginning of all the judgment, the harsh words, the disappointment that you have with yourself, anything that you have put upon yourself. Imagine taking off these layers and taking it away with kindness, just saying, okay, let's lift this. Don't need to investigate, correct. Just imagine it's layer after layer that you are shedding. Allow yourself to take the time. It's as if you were walking backwards through time to the very beginning where this thread started. And so allow all the pain. This is really strange behavior for human beings that even if we didn't like being criticized, we will carry on that program within ourselves, thinking that it will correct us, put us on a brighter path, thinking that it will help us, strengthen us. All it does is it depresses ourselves, it depresses our emotional body. Here we go. So asked to see like a cartoon vision of yourself, would you be like the old-fashioned headmistress trying to put the children in line? It's probably very well intended, but what does your corrector, a judger, criticizer look like? Are they big? Are they small? Are they stern? Or is it a brick? Just play with the information. So quantum consciousness, start letting go on the outer and on the inner. Any idea that you have to be different to be good. You have to be disciplined to get things done. There we go. There we go. Let go of the layers. Allow it to fall away. Okay. So whoever this criticizer, judger was, if you don't know who it was, just like a silhouette or a light, anything that signifies for you the idea that it's okay to be criticized, talked to badly, because then we project this onto, even onto God. So whoever this was, it could be mom, dad, a teacher, or anything that we repeated, or just a shape or a being in front of you. There you go. You are going to draw an 8 with you in one of the bubbles and this other being or light or shape in the bubble in front of you, starting at the crown chakra. Any light, it could be golden, silver, white, pink, anything that comes, allow it to cross over. Let's all go the same way. Around you on the left, around your back, coming up on the right and crossing in front of you, going over to the left behind your shape, your person, your light in front of you, and around them on looking at it at our right and crossing over, coming over to our left. And this is going to go down our spine, involving the crown chakra, the third eye, and at the throat, crossing over and down, and now at the heart, and across and around, now at our solar plexus, crossing around our shape, our person, our being, and back around our back, from the left to the right, all the way down to the tailbone, to the root chakra, and then up again. So we now have a figure of 8, looking at it from the top, from the sides. It's 2 columns connected in the middle. And ask your consciousness to push down anything that your imagination creates. Could be a knife, an axe, a chainsaw, a guillotine. It could be a feather, a flower. And you're going to bring down this object, severing any negative communication, any misaligned love. I'm sure this person did it out of kindness, out of love, out of education. But anything that is wrong in this communication, just intend to sever whatever is not in alignment for your highest good. There we go. And we're going to do this again. Draw another light around yourself and across you, around the crown chakra of your being in front of you, the shape, the form. And understanding that this, what is in front of you, is the person who taught you to criticize yourself, to judge yourself, to speak to yourself badly. And it doesn't matter who they are. You believe this to be the right way to put you on a brighter path, on a better journey. That was the intent. There we go. Do the figure of 8, coming down your spine, all the way down to your root chakra, and then up again. Ask your consciousness to give you the exact tool to bring it down between you and this person, shape, form, to cut away, sever any language, any unlovable language, any language that was hurtful, damaging, controlling, whether it was intended or not, doesn't matter. It might be a different thing you use to break away from this education. So just like we were taught to speak English and we learned how to speak English, We were taught how to speak criticism or judgment. And so we are going to unlearn this language. There we go. We're going to do it one last time. See if the color of the 8 changes. And allow the angels now, or your guides, or any helpers that you have, your higher self, really allow this figure of 8 to surround your shape, your being, and yourself. The person, the thing, the energy that taught you how to talk to yourself badly, criticize yourself, push yourself, be disappointed in yourself. There we go. And allow it to go all the way down to the sacrum, to the grounding chakra. And allow it to come back upwards. And there we go. And ask your consciousness again to sever, cut, or separate. Quantum consciousness, separate this and allow only clear communication of love. There we go. The third time is the charm. And just imagine that there is now, every chakra is like a multi-layered thread. So we're only cutting away what was damaging, hurtful, maybe done with good intent, but it didn't come across as that way. So anything, so we might be cutting away like 70% of that communication, but the 30% that was loving, we're keeping it, we're nourishing it. There we go. Understand that unless we become conscious and can undo the program, we behave in exactly the same way that was done to us. We do unto ourselves and unto others. There we go. So if you know who it is, that's fine, but just inwardly say, I'm giving back the way you spoke to me, the way you educated me, the way you kept me in line. And you know how the identity works, that if you give this back, you think you might become, the identity thinks you might become lazy or self-centered or unmotivated. That's not true. So give back to this person who was your outer demon that created your inner demon. Just hand it back and say, no, thank you. We are limited in our humanness. So just for imagination's sake, imagine an angel or a divine being being your carer. That you could have been educated by presence, acceptance, love, understanding. Would you then have copied that inner dialogue for yourself? Let me just change this. It's as if it were a translator. Allow the translation to occur. That you are stimulated to find a new way rather than told that your way is wrong. So It's the kindness. Go all the way back to the beginning of the thread. The timeline of how this negative self-talk began. And imagine dissolving this thread. There we go. Now embody the ability to be kind to yourself. Doesn't matter if you know how, but just imagine you could embody the ability to be kind. Can you be kind to a friend? Can you be kind to a pet? Can you be kind to an elderly person? If you can, then you can be kind to yourself. There just isn't the habit. So embody the ability to be kind to yourself. Let it grow and let it grow and let it grow. Imagine it in your heart, expanding. Allow the rewiring to occur in your system, in your nervous system, in your brain, in your identity. And just pay attention to see what fear comes up. If you start being kind to yourself, logic would say none, but just in case, see what comes up. Would you become complacent? Would you become unmotivated? Or would you become an incredible source of light? Okay. So come back into the present moment and imagine that thread that you followed backwards. If it was winding, if it was red, if it was yellow, it doesn't matter. It's now a silver, golden path that has been reframed. Okay, deep breath in and just congratulate yourself or be kind to yourself. Say, that was good, that was nice. Because we might say, tendency, well, I could have done better. I didn't really feel anything. Just say, I spent some time looking inward, being kind to myself, becoming aware. And allow your focus to shift. Judgment is in the mind, and acceptance is in the heart. Allow your focal point to shift to your heart. And just listen and say, if you talk to yourself, I think you should do this, or I feel this would be great for you. I think that's a bad idea. I feel it's not the most appropriate way. Can you change the way you talk to yourself so that your cells can explode into light, so that your body can raise its frequency? There we go. Deep breath in and come on back.